Kevin Sidebottom here. I'm a speaker, author, and trainer. I go around the country and I teach sales organizations and leadership teams on how to build trust and influence with their customers and their teams to generate higher revenues and profits. What do I do with this budget video? Well, today I want to talk to you about budgeting and why we want to go and do a budget. Because if we don't do a budget, we're typically not going to succeed. It's kind of like, hey, we're on a sailboat and we need to get somewhere, but we don't know where we want to go. Well, you're probably not going to make the destination, right? If you aim at nothing, you're going to hit it every time. What is it that you want to have? What is your ultimate goal? What does that look like? That is what you have to do when you want to make a budget. It's kind of like doing those old mazes. Remember those old maze puzzles you did when you were a kid? And you had all those different areas where you could get stuck and you had to figure out to get to the finish? Well, if you actually started at the finish, it was easier to see the path back to the start. Just like budgeting and everything else and goal setting, we need to make sure we have the end in mind so we can backtrack that to make our way. It's kind of like program managers do this all the time. When they have a timeline that they have to hit of a certain project, they back it up and they hit their dates. And that's just kind of like a gate check to make sure that you're going to be successful in whatever you do. With a budget, you got to have the end in mind. What does that look like? Well, most people, it's for retirement, getting out of debt, being able to go on a huge vacation. That's what budgeting does for you. In an organization, it's how do we grow our business? Well, we need to invest in more marketing. Okay, great. And then you can actually start figuring out your budget. But you got to have the end in mind. So when my wife and I started doing budgets and paying off all of our debt, which right now the only debt we have is our mortgage, and we're hopeful in the next couple of years that's going to be paid off. That's right. When we don't have any debt, no car debt, no other debt, and we can have the house paid off, now we're going to take money and we're going to go have a celebration. And we're budgeting for that now, so that way once we hit that mark, we're going to be able to go take the kids and go to some place like Hawaii, or maybe the Maldives, someplace exotic. That's our goal. That's where we're running towards. Having a goal will help you do whatever you want to do, and especially when the time gets tough. And budgeting is not a whole lot of fun, but you got to do it. Now, Ramsey Solutions offers Financial Peace University, which is a fantastic class. I don't make any money off this, but I highly recommend you take it, especially if you're budgeting for your wife and yourself or your significant other. You need to take this class. It teaches you more than just the budget. It teaches you everything about insurance, investments. It breaks everything down, very simple so everybody can understand it. What we also do is sit there in the class with a group of people. And just like an NFL football team or the Navy SEALs, they do a debrief. They watch game film. They try to understand what they did wrong. By sitting through that class, everybody's going to talk about their experiences. Everybody's going to open up. Trust is going to go up. Everybody's going to get something out of it to gain traction. Now again, I started this about a decade ago, and I hated budgeting. It was absolutely awful, but I had an end in mind of what it would look like. Today, I am actually starting to work in that dream. I'm getting closer. When I have no debt, what do you think that's going to do for me? I'm going to be unstoppable. No pandemic, nothing's going to be able to stop me if I don't have any leverage in my life like a house payment or a car payment. If I have everything paid for in cash, I can survive. Okay? So we need to make sure that we're committed and we have our end goal in mind. And again, take Financial Peace University. It's going to help you. By doing so, you're going to succeed just like the millionaires of today. And give you a little tidbit, Ramsey Solutions actually gone through and asked like tens of thousands of people what they've done to become millionaires. 99% of them didn't inherit any money. That's right. Their wealth was all generated by them doing budgets. Okay? And whether you're a school teacher, which is typically the number one person who's actually a millionaire, school teachers, engineers, yeah, that's right. Not the big investment bankers and stuff. Being a wealthy person, you have to do the work. It's kind of like getting six-pack abs. Donuts don't get you there. The hard work does. And that's what the budget's going to do for you. So figure out what your end game is and you'll succeed. All right? If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, share it with somebody who might benefit. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Be glad to help you. That's why I do these videos. We'll see you next time.